right. Interview here at Starr Speedway with Chris Economaki of ABC TV. Chris, how many years have you been covering auto racing?
Well, covering it, let's see. I wrote my first story for publication in 1935, so that would be 32 years.
All right. How did you get started with auto racing?
There was a track near where I lived in New Jersey called the Hohokus Speedway, and like every other kid in short pants, we heard the noise of the engines and went up and looked through the fence and sneaked in to see the races, and they were quite exciting. And a few weeks after I had gone to my second or third race, I was getting my hair cut in a barber shop, and I saw a lot of photographs of racing cars on the wall. And it turned out that the man that was cutting my hair was the father of the leading driver of the area. And I struck up an acquaintance with him and used to go to the races out of town with him. And that way I got to travel and see a little bit of the country. And racing was a romantic and itinerant sport, and it appealed to me. And that's how I got started.
Okay. What is your hometown here?
My hometown is Ridgewood, New Jersey. It's a bedroom community, as it's called, for New York City. Most of the people who live there, the workers, get up in the morning and go to New York City for their jobs.
All right. How long have you had the magazine National Speed Sport?
Well, I contributed to National Speed Sport News. That story I mentioned as having written in 1935 was in it. And in 1949, I signed on as an associate editor. And I became the editor a year later, in 1950, and gradually assumed ownership over the years through stock options. So I've been in the paper business since 1949.
All right. How long have you been doing for ABC the Indianapolis 500 now?
Well, I started with ABC when Wide World of Sports started in 1961. They didn't have Indianapolis that year, but shortly after they did, and I've been with them ever since then. But my television career began with the Firecracker 250 on the 4th of July, 1961.
All right. And the last question, I'm just curious, now that you've seen some of the races out here at Starr Speedway, how do you think our track compares with some of the other dirt tracks you've been at in the United States?
Well, I would have to say very favorable. It's very wide. Which means it's a safe racetrack. It's very smooth, well conditioned. The fences look very adequate, and the lighting is nice. It has to, all those things are, I would say, are a plus for Starr Speedway. It's surprisingly dust-free. It looks dry to the eye, but the dust doesn't seem to kick up, so whomever is in charge of conditioning apparently has the secret to keep the dust down.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Chris.